getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
It is the Bottom Line. You've got us on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott, Chris Snead, Ben Porman. Texas Tech is taking on California Saturday night in the Independence Bowl. We'll have Optimum Game Day live starting at 9 a.m. and we'll take you all the way through the Double T 97.3 Coors Light post-game show. Final one of the year. You get to these games, and this one feels to me even a little more odd because you're the first day kicking off bowl season, or you're in bowl season. You're an early one, but you get to this and whether you're going like, oh, I wish we had a better result this season, or you're way woohoo on the bowl game, whatever it is, it's always weird because it's your last one. Well, so it's a little sad at the end.
Here's the thing, and you have to look at this in this way: the bowl system. The bowl series, the way it's been set up, is different than it used to be, because once upon a time, there would be some, let's just call it crappy bowls, and now, I mean, like the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, that would be, the pre-Christmas Day bowls. You didn't want to be in one of those because that was you wanted to be in bowl week, and that was because that's when ESPN had scheduled their stuff where it was like boom, 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 every day of the week during that time between Christmas and New Year's, in bowl week. And in the previous, all they had was, you'd have a game a night, but now you have that game a night between that first day. But they've kind of pushed it out to where they've got this week before bowl week because they have so many stinking bowls now. Yeah. And
are you one that it feels like it's watered down, or do you care? I mean, I'm gonna watch one if it's on, but I just
care.
Do you care?
I do not care. I mean, the number of people that get to end their season with a win, is good. It's great, and I love it. We have a 6-6 team. We're playing a 6-6 team. Someone's gonna walk off the field as crappy as their season was all year, as disappointing as they had. All the transfers, all the portal defections, all those things. Someone's going to walk off, and they're going to hold a trophy above their head, and they're going to pound their chest, and they're going to be taking pictures. You don't think anyone's going to take pictures with that trophy when the game's over with? Yeah. I mean,
no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
No, it's going to keep going.
It's just the Independence Bowl trophy.
Not. If you hand that trophy to me, I'm going to throw it 10 yards. I'm going to break it.
Can I give you a little secret? The slice you get for bowl money is the same that Texas is going to get. They're going to get a little bump because of they're going and playing in the CFP. But the conference slice they're going to get is the same as you. And it doesn't matter. You can go play in crappy.com bowl, okay? And you're going to get the same thing that everyone else
does. Go CS Leserton. We own that one. We own it.
Hey, playing in postseason, you just qualify for the postseason. Yeah. You got the extra practices. You got the time for evaluation. You get to see all your new guys. And now you get to play this exhibition game. Someone's going to get a trophy. Hey, by the way, you're going to get another trophy that just says participant if you lose. You're still going to put a trophy in that case.
I think for me, what is not to the whole thing, because as an entirety, I still enjoy bowl season, and I'm not trying to like crap on it or anything like that. It's not even at first. I thought it was going into, with the amount of bowl games, and to me, there for a little bit, I was like, it feels like we're just awarding mediocrity, where there is some of that, but now it's the sitting out. It's the am I going to, and this isn't just from, this goes from the lower end bowls all the way into some of the New Year's Six bowls. Like, are you going to get the best version of these teams? You're not.
And yeah, I mean, because until next year when we've got a 12-team playoff, all of these, there's 48 bowls now. Is that what it is? Something like that?
You could have said 116 and I would have believed
all
you.
Of them except for 3 are pointless. They're exhibitions. I don't care if you played on New Year's Day. I don't care if it's the Cotton Bowl or the Camellia Bowl. they're all pointless except for 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point? I mean, everyone's going to have. I mean, you've got Georgia and Florida State, great teams, 13-1 versus 12-1 versus 13-0. The reality is we're probably going to have 2 13-1 teams when that game's over, and that's it. One's going to get to hold up the Orange Bowl trophy. They're going to be eating oranges and all that stuff, and they're going to get a little bigger slice of the conference bowl money. That's it. They're not going to get anything more, maybe better swag, better Orange Bowl swag than you will at the Independence Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt.
But guess what? Hey, in fact, that's not even true, because the NCAA and all their wisdom has mandated how much these guys can actually get. So you can get up to, I think, $350 per athlete. Someone over at Texas Tech can correct my math on that. And you can spend no more than $350 or is it $399 on their ring.
We got this on the Ace Flooring Center chat line. Do we get the additional practices like these later bowl teams do? Yeah, the number's the same.
You get 10 additional practices?
I thought it was 15.
15?
I think it's 15. But yeah, it doesn't matter when you play the bowl game.
You get 15 practices.
You get those practices, which is important and is a huge, I think a huge benefit. Now, it doesn't like make or break your season next year. But I mean, you'll take all the reps you can get, especially for young guys. And this is where I think like the practices really mean something now when you bring in the transfer portal talk, because one, you're going to have new faces in some of these bowl games, whether it be a quarterback to offensive guard to a receiver to a defensive, whatever it is. You need to get these guys a little more ready. But I mean, now that is something. It doesn't, say for sure, hey, this guy had a great 15 practices. He's going to be a superstar now next year. No, but you take as many reps as you can for a lot of those young guys.
And when your semester is over, when your semester is officially over, if you got early enrollees, they can come out and practice, by the way.
Yeah.
Because as soon as that fall semester ends, it's technically spring semester. So by rule, they can actually come out and be part of it. I've
enjoyed how they have handled the red shirt rules for football. I think they've done that really, really well.
Yeah, that's one of the few things the NCAA has gotten right.
Yeah, I mean, that you can get into 4 games and then 5 if you count the bowl game if you make one. And it made for an interesting scenario where it works out for you this year, like Jacob Rodriguez, where you don't play him in the Texas game, even though he came back.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather have him hopefully staying for a full amount of years and getting another full year out of it after he was injured this year. So, yeah, I really, really like the red shirt ruling in the NCAA. This on the Yates Flooring Center chat line from Bullfighter Yay Snead is in. Can't wait to hear about the SEC today.
What?
I was just making a joke. Raiders dad said, "Suckers, I just logged off for the last time in 2023. About to go to the work holiday luncheon. Suck it, 2023."
Exactly. I just looked at that. I literally during the break, I literally moved all my to-dos to Monday. And then I think Tuesday I'm going to do a whole lot of nothing. And I ain't going to start that till about 11:30 every day.
That sounds fantastic.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott, Chris Snead, Ben Porman. Snead, you're a well-known karaoke fan.
Probably do some tonight in Dallas.
When you're karaokeing in the month of December, do your song choices change any, or are they still the classics, or what you like?
I have sung 2 Christmas songs ever at karaoke.
Was one of them Mariah Carey?
No. Although, I mean, I wish
Mariah karaoke on a stage near you.
I wish I could. Yeah, I sing It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year
Oh, okay.
by Andy Williams.
Uh-huh.
And I sang Oh Holy Night one time by Andy Williams. Since the theme.
We're going to get a third Andy Williams Christmas song this year, maybe. Perhaps, maybe tonight if you're
I probably
out on the
won't.
town.
I probably won't when I'm at Mac's Tavern in Arlington. Mac's Tavern is it's got an equivalent in Lubbock.
Okay.
I don't think they're on the team, so I can't say the name.
What does it rhyme with? That's my favorite. Sounds like.
It rhymes with Botsies.
I see. Shots fired. Are there people that legit Christmas carol anymore? Like the door-to-door salesman version where they're just through a neighborhood just...
I will tell you this. The last time I have seen and or participated in Christmas carols was when I was employed here at Raymar in sales back in 1999, which was a scant days before I came to the Alumni Association. And we went out, the sales team went out to all of our clients, and we took them bottles of wine and some goodies, and then we sang Christmas carols to them.
You know, they say like, and I think we all feel this way. I think most of us dislike door-to-door salesmen, but can like note, hey, if you had to do that for a job, that is a super tough job because you have to deal with rejection so much. Christmas caroling is even different because you're not even selling something.
Yeah,
so if you just start singing and like, no, slam door.
I mean, because you don't know if you're walking into a people having a great night, if mom and dad are having a fight right now. I mean, you might be walking into dinner. I mean, they're just sitting down to dinner, they're praying, and all of a sudden, ding dong, oh, Christmas time is here.
Yeah, then you get
the door slammed in your face. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. And hey, yeah, get out of my face, dude.
I'm gonna be nice about it. And I don't expect it, and it's never. I mean, I've never run into legit Christmas carols at like the apartments I've lived in Lubbock. Yeah. But if I like open my door and there's a big group of people and they're like, and the one and the two, I'm like,
yeah,
thank you, but no, thank you.
Probably gonna just like do the Homer Simpson fading back into the bushes there.
I'm not gonna be angry. I'm just gonna say no, thanks, good luck. Or maybe if you request stuff. That's what I want.
I'll have a blue Christmas.
Yeah, because what if they sing
without you?
What if they sing a Christmas song that you don't like, and it's not that they're there? It's just I don't want. It's like next. Is there a next button? Where's the right arrow on you guys? Are you on, buddy?
Skip. Advance. Skip.
Oh, I like that one. Adding to my playlist.
This thing here.
All right, I think you should be able to start giving like choral directions. Like, all right, guys, we're a little flat. And the second verse there, we're going to do it again, and we're also going to speed it up.
How about this? You know, they come to your door and you go, hey, Siri, play Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you. And now,
Siri's listening to you.
Siri starts playing it all over the city now.
I'm covering my Siri's ears.
Is you buy Mariah Carey
no!
You can always ask me to switch to a different app.
Hey, Siri, blow up.
All over the city. I did that.
Hey Siri, shut it down. Shut it down. Feels like a pretty good time to go to a play of the day. Ben, please.
I would do that to you.
Please.
I would do that to you.
Baseballed over to Isaacs. Pop takes it with several fingertip dribbles. Now cuts back left down the right side. Alley-oop. Forced up and in, and you can count it as foul.
But, from the win over Oral Roberts, Texas Tech. Now,
Oral Bob,
they'll face Vanderbilt on Saturday.
Yeah. If you're coming to the pregame event, that will be on in the pregame.
Yeah, and this is an interesting matchup because I think you're still trying to figure certainly some things out. You've only had one game played without Devin Cambridge.
Hold up. at no point in time this season will we not be trying to figure things out.
Sure.
You are. This team is what this team is at this point. There is nothing that this team is going to hit a stride. They are not going to turn a corner, as I heard earlier today. This team is what it is. They're going to have guys that have good nights, and there's going to be guys that have bad nights. They're not going to get consistent. They're going to be this all year, where it's one night it's Robert Jennings, and one night it's Pop Isaacs, and one night it's Warren Washington, and one night it's none of them. And it's going to be like that all year. They're never going to find out what this team is. Not this year. No. That doesn't mean they're not going to win games. That doesn't say they're not going to win games. We are never going to find out what this team is truly, because we're never going to see them fully.
I guess I'll disagree with you.
You can disagree with that.
Well, I'm not saying
you're
that
free
they
to
will,
disagree.
but I'm saying that they can. And there may be a time where we figure this out, and it may be a bad thing. And you go, okay, you have seen the ceiling of what this team is. The Devin Cambridge injury is massive in a lot of ways. Kerwin Walton steps up in his first time starting as a Red Raider. But as you're trying to find traction, and for McCaslin, who is trying to figure out and get this team all the way to, or at least as close as he can to that ceiling when we talk about college basketball teams, as much as I feel like we're finding things out, you have to start back over, because was Devin Cambridge your go-to scorer? No. Was he the guy that you would think of as the absolute best on your team? No, but he's a huge part of what you did defensively.
Mm-hmm.
He's an older player. He brings a lot of starts.
Mm-hmm.
He brings some tournament experience. He's been around the block a time or two and a couple different universities even before he came here. So I think that you have the opportunity to learn some things and hopefully find more consistency. But does that mean that they will? No.
But here's a question. Kyron Lindsey. Okay?
Didn't play a minute the other night, by the way.
We saw, okay, all right. Cambridge down. Kyron Lindsey, boom, up, and nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a criticism. It's not. It's just, I don't think we're ever going to be able to find out what this team is this year. And it's unfortunate. We're not going to get the pieces in place. You know, it's kind of like the old deal. You get the right guys on the bus, got to get them all on the right seats. Well, we don't even have the right guys on the bus right now.
It's going to be an uphill climb, as uphill of a climb can be, to make the tournament with a significant injury. And that could have been anyone to me in that starting five, because the biggest issue that you've seen this year is, speaking of the consistent word, is do you have consistent depth? And the answer is no, and certainly not from the bigs. And so how quickly can Robert Jennings grow up? Because he was the first off the bench the other night.
Pretty fast.
And that's not a knock on Jennings, but you'd like to see him take a bigger step than what you've seen so far from last year in his freshman to sophomore campaign. I think he gave you good minutes the other night, but as you can see, he's not a finished product, and that's not a fault. It just means that there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
And so this year now, where you're going to see a lot more minutes turn to him, or at least that's what the first game without Devin Cambridge told you, with no minutes by Yalaho, no minutes by Kyron Lindsey. If that is, kind of how things are going to be, and that's the guy that does pick up a lot of the minutes off the bench, what can he consistently give you? Because you got to have some production off there, and then you got to still have good play from Chance McMillan, being a shooter and finding some scoring. But I'm not saying that you 100% will turn a corner, but I think you can. I think you can.
I didn't say you could,
but
I just don't think you will.
But you don't think you will. That's
I don't
fair.
think you will. I mean, nothing is ever 100% certain. I just don't think this team's ever. We're not going to get the opportunity to see it, because right now, I mean, it's kind of too late for a guy we haven't seen on the floor a lot this year to suddenly emerge.
Mm-hmm. I will say you've seen clearly a lot of positives out of Kerwin Walton this year.
Absolutely.
My question is, do you continue to see that? Because I do agree, though. I think it's going to be, hey, who's your leading scorer tonight? It's not going to be a go-to guy every single time.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
season of all.
It's also the bottom line. You've got us on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday. It is the road to Shreveport. Clint Scott, Chris Snead, Ben Porman. I'm getting there, man.
We will be on it.
After we get through the bowl weekend, get through makes it sound like a bad thing. Oh, we're just gonna track through this bowl game weekend. After the bowl weekend has passed, I'll be all the way into Christmas mode, I think. But I'm getting there, and I'm a lot closer than I was a week ago.
You know that 2012 was the last year that I either did not have a Texas Tech or my personal bowl game interfere with Christmas on the front end or back end of Christmas.
Well, it's gonna be a great Christmas.
That's
awesome.
I'm actually this knee injury repair has been kind of a fairly cathartic because usually I just scrambled for Tech's bowl game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because a couple of those years I had the SEC championship game, and that was so you're done first week of December,
Mm-hmm.
and then by the way, Tech says, "Oh no, we're gonna have a bowl game on the 27th." So now you're going from there to there. So this is actually, it's kind of nice actually. We're flying the whole family to Charlotte, and that was kind of a roll of the dice. 'Cause I said, guys, you never know, you never know. So
well, now you do know.
Yeah,
that's good. That's awesome.
I am for one. When Tech was announced on the 16th of December in Shreveport, the happiest guy in the city was me. I know everyone else that sucks, but I was like, yeah.
I actually liked the. It was helpful for my individual plans as well. So, not to the same boat as you've been in, where it's more of a rarity, but worked out for me too. Let's go into Kailey's Daily, shall we?
Very serious, Ben. Ooh, unserious. It's like an owl. You an owl? That's an owl. Clint.
You sir?
He did owl. He went owl on us.
He did. He went full owl.
He went full owl. Kailey says, Swifties of the world, unite. Yesterday is Taylor Swift Day, a.k.a. her birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was really going to ask if there was a legit, Swiftie celebrated holiday, but it's just her birthday.
Clint, I ask you one question and one question only.
Okay.
Is Taylor Swift famous enough for an animal to be named after her?
No.
Ben, what do you think?
You got to know from me.
I mean, is she one of the most famous people? Yes, but there would be a lot of no's.
If you said no,
there'd be a lot of no's.
You would be...
I'm going to be wrong, aren't I?
Correct.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
Not quite. But there is an arachnid out there with a similar name. The Tailless Whip Scorpion. Early in the year, we discussed, was it the Vinegaroon?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No. The tail-whipped scorpion, which is close relative to the tailless whip scorpion.
Can I have a guess before you read into this?
Yes.
These are the same things as camel spiders, correct?
We'll find out soon. I'm not sure. I haven't read that far ahead yet.
Sorry.
I'm going blind here. Despite its name, this scorpion is not only a scorpion, but an ancient arachnid species. A tailless whip scorpion resemble large spiders. Ooh. With several long legs and pincher mouthpieces. Tailless whip scorpions are a tropical species and often found in rainforests. If you show me that picture, I'm going to come across this table.
I'll angle it away. I'm gonna look at it for myself.
Often being found in rainforests in South America and Africa. Although these animals look intimidating, they are almost completely blind.
Oh, you would hate this.
Yes, I know I would hate
Of all the ones you would hate?
Yes, I would hate
I'm
this.
not going to describe it,
Do
but
not
you would really
even try.
hate this.
Relying on their vibrational signals.
I'm just going to do this.
They rely on their vibrational signals to receive from their two front legs.
Oh, they're like the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Good, good, Good
One thing that these creatures
vibrations.
do share with Taylor Swift that they handle the way they handle their partners. Ooh, wow.
No. Oh my gosh.
now I'm dead serious curious. Similar to how Taylor Swift puts her exes on blast, male Tailless Whip Scorpions will fight to the death with their mates, where the two males will battle each other to the death for a female. This battle will end with only one opponent flees, dies, or is eaten by the victor. My lord. Yeah, don't you even think about it.
I'm not. I'm not. I know you will never come back to the show.
This will be the last time. If you want, okay. I see, because I know there's like 10 people like putting a picture of it on the chat line right now. Luckily, I don't look at the chat line.
This on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Speaking of which, from Tyler. Yes, Snead going blind as always.
Say what?
He said going blind as always. Oh man, he's making a little ref tease there. A little ref tease there. Senior Lubbock wants to know when we're leaving for Shreveport. I'm leaving at 5 o'clock tonight.
I am probably leaving about 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
I gotta go home, and you know what? I have all the clothes that's going with me sitting on the bed. Nary a suitcase in sight.
Snead headed to Shreveport currently. My wife has never heard your take on the NBA. Let's talk NBA.
If it was playing in my backyard, I wouldn't open the window to watch. I would probably turn on the lawn sprinklers, and I would call the cops for people violating my personal space.
Need the temp to drop 4 degrees to dump some snow. Let the skies open up and dump.
No. And the other thing about the NBA, if you want to watch, I don't pay attention to the NBA until someone can get eliminated in the finals. Because that's the only time they care.
You didn't
Why
watch
should I care
the
until they care?
in-season tournament champion Los Angeles Lakers win a banner?
No.
Which they're
Stupid.
putting that up, by the way.
Dumb.
They're legit
Dumb.
putting up a banner.
DUM.
Or have already
Dumb.
put up a banner.
Dumb.
I don't really care. Yeah.
In-season tournament.
What a joke. This from Mike, the participant bowls.
Hey, yes, absolutely. And you know what? Coaches get bonuses. Players get swag. Fans get another game. I mean, yeah. And half the teams get to go in their season happy. Yes. Give me more participant bowls. Yes. I would love it.
Tyler says we need a Snead rant to close out the year. We'll get you there. We got time.
Yeah.
We
Don't
got
worry.
time.
Hey, just because I'm done doing my real job on Monday doesn't mean I'm done doing this job. Actually though, I think I'm gonna be gone Tuesday. I'm here Monday.
Tyler also said a missed opportunity for Ben's play of the day to just be Mariah Carey. Bullfighter said after I beat Snead in the foul pole race 2.0, maybe they'll let us have a karaoke sing-off.
You don't want that smoke, kid. I'm telling you right now, you don't want that smoke. And hey, by the way, I just went to my 1 week follow up with the doc. The doc said Nia is progressing nicely.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just got hired in the spring league.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, got that email this morning. So that starts in March.
You made my Siri open on my phone, man.
I sure did, didn't I? I sure did.
Snead, we'll see you in Shreveport.
I'll see you
Drive
in
safe,
Shreveport.
buddy.
We're not going to be on the shows together until next week.
Yeah, we'll just be in passing.
I'll be showing up when you're leaving.
Yeah. And then as you're leaving, I'll show back up.
All right, word to your mom. Here we go.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott, Matty Ice, Ben Portman behind the glass taking care of us. You can hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Thoughts, comments, questions, reactions, score predictions, whatever you want, we'll take it. We got this on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Thanks for the warning about NBA talk. Time to change the station. Yeah, there's a couple of things that happened. One yesterday and the day before. Just real quick, what did you think of the little Giannis scuffle over the game ball?
I think it's
the way that it was handled.
I think it was
to
the
me.
way that it was handled. I'm kind of maybe pro Giannis only for the fact of like he's a solidified superstar. Like that was his first 60-point game.
Mm-hmm.
A rookie scoring his first points. Like,
well, and that was that was a organization record, right?
Yeah, and then
franchise record.
Rick Carlisle from the Pacers saying, "Well, we always hand the ball to the rookie who scores his first points of the game or of his career." And I don't know. I don't think too much of it. I think it was pretty silly, to be honest. The running into the locker rooms and I think from both sides, Giannis and Rick Carlisle could have been a lot more professional about it. Just saying,
I mean, the running inside I thought was the more diva-ish, because that totally could have been PR to PR. Like, hey, Giannis would really like that game ball for a 64-point performance and doing something that the Milwaukee Bucks have never had a player do. And they would have been, okay, yeah, that makes sense here. But no,
yeah, because
we had to make a show of it.
Because rookies come in every year and score their first 2 points.
Yeah, well, I know. So like, we had to make a spectacle.
Yeah.
That was just real quick. Now, the bigger one is Draymond Green comes out now today. The decision was suspended indefinitely. To me, if you haven't seen this is the third time he's been suspended this season. Only 23 games have been played. He hadn't even played all of them because he's been, again, ejected 3 times. Ejected 3 times this season. He's got the most ejections in the past 25 years by a long shot. He has had multiple years now where he's had multiple ejections. The last one, if you go back, was him putting Rudy Gobert in a freaking chokehold. And now this one, a flop that is just a flat punch in the face of Jusef Nurkic. Just punch in the face. Like you can go, I was just trying to flop, which is what he said.
You
punched him in the face.
His words was he was trying to sell the call.
Yeah, and if you go watch after he drops him, what does he do? He immediately starts complaining to the ref. The suspension indefinitely, I guess, is a better first step than what it's been, because what it has been, what was it, 5 games for the chokehold?
5 games was the last suspension.
Kick him out for the season.
That's probably too much.
Why? You've enabled his decisions. You've enabled these actions time and time again with these slap on the wrist. Here you go. Don't do it again. Be better, Draymond.
I think that he should have a similar Ja Morant, suspension, 25 games. You've played 23. There's 23 gone. 25 puts you over the halfway mark of the season. That team is not very good, anyways.
He's turned into a
diva,
a danger,
and I think that his style of play. You'll have people that say, well, in the 80s and 90s, this is how basketball was played, and there's some truth to that, to be honest with you. But there was also retaliation, and I think if somebody would ever fire off and react to Draymond the way Draymond reacts to these situations, he might slow down and stop. If somebody was to retaliate, in the 80s and 90s, if Bill Laimbeer would have put Larry Bird in a chokehold, which we've seen it, the whole team is a fight. Yeah, it's a fight. I mean, and that's just not what happens. He does this erratic behavior, and then it's.
I think he's turned into a calculated cheap artist, artist.
I used to not be able to stand Grayson Allen with his role in Duke, and then he came to the NBA and he started doing the same thing. He had a bad foul on Alex Caruso years ago and injured him for a significant part of the season. He's kind of mannered out and calmed down. You don't really hear a lot about Grayson Allen and the dirty plays he does. It's like Draymond gets older, he becomes less of a good basketball player, and that's his, like he's like an enforcer for hockey. And he's not, there's no enforcing in basketball. Like that's not.
And that's where, if you want to phase this out of basketball, and this isn't even this is the part that I don't understand. And this is why I think it has to be the full season. We preach safety about the athletes, right? We preach safety about concussion protocol in sports. That's become a huge thing. He punched a dude in the head.
Mm-hmm.
That goes against everything about that. And also, this isn't like the first thing on the resume of things that he has done to actively injure someone or possibly injure someone and to take them. Like, if you say, hey, here's, what it's going to be? It's going to be 5 games. that punch in the head could have taken out Nurkic for way more than 5 games.
Yeah, and
That's where I think you're preaching out of both sides of your mouth with professional sports. If you just continue to enable him and say, hey, there's no repercussions for you, because there hasn't been.
no, he's lost, I think they said, a total of roughly $3 million in his career of suspensions and fines. And yeah, I agree with you in the sense that the games haven't been significant enough. I don't think they're going to take him out for the rest of the year. I just don't see the NBA I don't see any professional team really doing that when it comes to dirty play per se. I would be okay with a 25-game suspension.
I think
even I just don't know if you could say till the rest of the season. I just don't. I don't think.
I think you could, and I think it would be easy and validated. I mean, I just think at this point you have seen enough.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about safety for the players, and you want to, because I agree, like the enforcer is completely phased out of basketball.
Well, it is.
And if you want to commit to that, then you can't let a cheap shot artist just continue to play. It'd be different to me if this was a first time offense, or he's done it a couple of times. I've laughed at the hey, look at this highlight reel of him kicking people in the nats, of him stepping on people's chests, of headlocks, of just putting shoulder. But at the same time, there's your evidence, dude. Like, it is a joke, and it's kind of funny to watch it. But at the same time, there is your evidence reel of how you have handled him has not worked.
Well, and what really bothers me, or not bothers me, but I think he comes off more as idiotic, is his reasoning was, again, selling the call. Normally, when you sell a call in basketball, you overly flop. You don't hit somebody and say, well, I was selling the call, right? Like that's the complete opposite. So when he said that during his after the game, they were interviewing him and saying, and that was his reason why I was trying to sell the call. That's not how you sell a call in really any sport. And in football, receivers sell a pass interference call by what? Throwing their hands up and showing the grab. And in soccer, they do it by flopping. Basketball, by flopping. You never say, well, I sold the call by hitting the guy in the face. That was my way of selling the call.
I'm going to sell a call by making contact in some other way.
So
what a joke.
I tell you this, I wouldn't be mad if they took him out for the year. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I don't think it'll happen. I could see, like I said, a 25 to 35 game suspension, a massive fine on top of the money he would lose with the suspension. But I'm good either way. I don't think it stands to be in the NBA in today's game. Too fast, too athletic, and too many players you can hurt playing like that.
I am interested to see what they end up actually deciding. Boy, I think there's going to be some real anger, though, if it's just, 25 games or whatever.
Kind of wish the Warriors would just cut him.
Yeah, I do too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be okay if he never stepped on the court again, personally. It's the bottom line, 100.7 the score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 the score.
It's time for the fastest growing game show in the world, Take versus Take. You've got the bottom line, 100.7 the score, and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott, Matty Ice, John Ben Jovi behind the glass taking care of us. Ben has our questions today. Are you ready to compete?
All I do is win, win, win. Says enough right there.
I'm glad that was saved. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
You share the sentiment of past Matt. Yeah.
We champ
Matty Ice. Okay.
All right, gentlemen, have you guys seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, it's been a long time. Yeah.
But you kind of know the plot?
I think so.
He's a action figure?
Yes.
Is that that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So with that being said, put yourself in Arnold Schwarzenegger's shoes. What gift are you getting for your loved one, and what's the method that you're going to use that you're chomping at the bit to get for them? Like he masqueraded as the action figure. Like what method are you using to get whatever gift you're getting your loved one to go all in for that evidently no place known to man has it. It's all out.
Oh,
You want me to go?
sure, you got it.
So a friend of mine told me a couple weeks ago at, old Amazon Amy. So what I would do if I had to get a gift and it was nowhere to be found, I would think I'd just have to, find an Amazon driver and either bargain with him to take his uniform or I'll just physically take it and I'll drive to the warehouse myself as a worker. Hey, I'm loading up my van, getting the gift, taking it home. Daddy's the hero.
So I think it would depend on the gift. But for mine, like if it was like for my dad, okay, and I'm like, hey, I can't really afford Super Bowl tickets, okay, but I'm gonna figure out the look of all of the security guards down to the T. Somehow I'm going to befriend someone like, hey, and so what, what's the word for a word? And I'm going to use that money to make the T-shirts, to make the outfit. And we'll be the two security guards that are not looking up into the stands or looking around and are like, what a touchdown! And they're like, you can't do that, can you? Like, I don't know. Are you the security guard or am I?
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like to be my size, Amy.
Clint, you got the point.
Yes. I'm going to be like that Philadelphia guy that gets...
I think your story was better. I think yours definitely wouldn't work. Mine was probably a 10% chance to work. So both of us are going to jail.
I like both of ours were felonies. Yeah. You robbed a vehicle, man.
No, he's in the
Amazon
back.
drivers already have it hard enough around this time.
wasn't-
And now you're kicking them out and you've stolen his
I was
truck.
an Uber driver for him. I'm leaving them in the van, okay? I'm just
You
driving to the warehouse,
kidnapped him.
grabbing the toys, and coming back.
Okay.
All right, Matt, you first. Start, bench, cut. White elephant, mitten unwrapping, caroling.
Oh.
Start, bench, cut. I think I'm going to start mitten wrapping. I'm going to bench white elephant, and I'm cutting caroling. I'm not a singer.
I'm gonna flip. I'm glad you didn't do this. I
You're gonna flip
really
one and two.
I really like White Elephant. It also makes it a little bit easier. Like that's one of the no pressure gifts you have. Of course, you're usually doing White Elephant like at the office and stuff. You're not really doing that. I guess you can't. There's nothing wrong with doing it with family. But usually you're doing the White Elephant like with the office. I like that. I like the low pressure gift. I will bench the mitten unwrapping. It is fun, but at
I've
a
never
certain
done
point, if you are competitive and they do it right, it is infuriating that you cannot get the stupid paper off of the gift. Or if it's like saran wrap or what, all the tape, or however they do it right. There's nothing more infuriating. But at the same time, you cannot pay me to go around and be the door-to-door salesman version of a course.
See, we've
of a
done
choir.
white elephant in the family, and I'm not a fan of white elephant, only because you shop for yourself and then you try to steal your own gift every year. It doesn't matter where you have it. That's what you're like, I'm gonna steal this gift card for myself. So never done the whole mitten wrapping, but that's why I switched them up. But
I like the no pressure of white
I'd rather you
elephant.
just say, buy your gift for yourself, and then I'll just tell you it's from me.
I have never left a white elephant event of any kind being just super frustrated. Where I can tell you I have with the mitten thing, and I absolutely would be after, like, it's been 3 hours, can I please go home? And there's jingle bells, jingle bells. We got one more house to hit up, come on.
No, we're not going caroling.
Matt, I know you said you win no matter what, but Clint had the exact order as I would have it myself.
Wow.
So trying to avoid the sweep, Clint,
Yes.
as far as a bowl game is concerned, you have the right to say players that either enter the portal must play with the team they were on before, or coaches or coordinators must coach and or play call with their first team before moving on to their next team for the bowl game. Which one would you rather have?
Ooh. I want the answer to be both, right? because on either side, it isn't fair to look at one angle and be like, yeah, you can do this, but if the players do this, shame on you. And then the other way around, hey, players have all the freedom you want, but coaches, you stay here, you sit here. I'm going to go with the player side, though, just because of the numbers are so much bigger than the coaches, right? I mean, how many did we have in the portal in day one? And now you're seeing it even at like higher end teams because everybody wants to get that, like an Oklahoma losing their quarterback or an Ohio State losing their quarterback or whoever. Like New Year's Six Bowls are just talk about this with Snead, feel watered down because you're not always seeing the best talent be there. Or if not even just the transfer portal, hey, I'm sitting out because I could be a 7th round draft pick if I'm lucky. I get it. That's the one I want to change.
Selfish is what I would label you right now.
Okay.
Selfish.
Fine. I'm going from the consumer's angle.
Yeah. Well, consumers don't have a potential in the NFL. I'm going with
you take that back.
I'm going with coaches. Couple reasons. I think they're the leader of the team. To me, they should set the standard of what a commitment is when they sign those big contracts with those teams to be there and then up and run when the next pay comes in. There's absolutely no chance of them getting hurt. There is a small chance if they're running down the sideline, but you know what I mean. There's really no chance of them getting hurt coaching for the team they're leaving, as opposed to players go to the NFL, all this other stuff. I think that they should absolutely have the right to sit out and protect their future.
You do actually avoid the sweep.
Felt good about that one. That was an easy one.
Your winner, 2-1, Clint Scott.
Yeah.
Suck it, suck it, suck it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. What'd he say to you?
Yeah. I'll see you in jail.
Yeah.
Answer no. What are y'all in here for? Answer one.
Yeah. What are you in for? I got 3 minutes into a plan to pose as a security guard at the Super Bowl. And those 3 minutes were the 3 minutes I sat in the car, just remembering everything we were supposed to do to get in. It's like as soon as we stepped out, they were ready for us.
Yeah.
We were in cuffs.
Good game, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I concur. Yeah, I wish, I would love for that answer to be both. I do think, though, from either side, I'll disagree with you saying it was an easy point, because I think from both sides you can't point the finger. And the players just number-wise outweigh the coaches by a long shot. But at the same time, I do agree, like it would need to be balanced. If you said, and this would never happen, but if for some reason somebody came in and said, hey, like, we're making a rule that everybody that's on this team, whether they're a staff or a player, like, you can't make any changes. And this goes to you too, programs firing coaches. Like, you can't do anything until after, like, into January.
I'll meet you
or
in the
something.
middle.
It wouldn't happen.
Meet you in the middle. If players don't declare for the NFL draft to pursue their next step of their career, they have to play.
Mm-hmm.
Transferred or not. So you play at Oklahoma, then you can go to Oregon. But if you don't declare for the draft, you have to stay in your bowl games.
But again, this is just the consumer angle, right? Because I want to see if we're going to see these non-conference matchups that you're typically not seeing. If you want the bowl game, when you look at whichever one, and as an individual, you want it to be the best version of it, that's the angle, right? Players don't want this. Coaches don't want this, clearly. Yeah. It's the bottom line, 100.7 The Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.